Welcome to Yellow Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to react to some Kyle Kulinski and his nipple rings with a kind of ominous title. It's happening. So I'm like, what does he mean? Is a Democratic takeover? Is the good guy's about to win? Is something really bad about to happen? We're going to find out from Kyle and his nipple rings. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We're in that Discord right now. All opinions are welcome. And obviously, I will share this video with you so you can watch it on your own. It should be easy to find anyways, but I do it for self-reference and for you guys, to just in case you want to reference for yourself, right? Like, oh, man, what was that video? Oh, wait, Jordan covered it. Let me go find it. Yada, yada, yada. So please take advantage of the description box. All right. It's not much to say. It's happening. Let's see what this means. Here is the one and only Kyle Kulinski and his nipple rings. What the fuck? Whatever. Here we go.
All right, guys, we got to talk about this. We're now at the level where it's like Mortal Kombat flawless victory type stuff, okay?
Oh, really?
In fact, Graham Plattner tweeted this. New poll from the University of New Hampshire's Pine Tree poll. Okay. It's Democratic primary. Plattner, 64%. Janet Mills, the current sitting governor, bro, is at 26%. Good googly moogly. For the general election, Plattner is destroying Collins by double digits. It's 49-38. And Mills is only beating Collins by 1 point, which is within the margin of error. Wow. I mean,
I'm already bored.
The F cares.
Also, wasn't this Plattner guy like kind of exposed as being like a little bit too pro-war? Like where he's like wanting to go into combat for the sake of being in combat. Didn't he have like some like Reddit post or some sort of thing like that where people were like, "Yo, what the fuck, yo?" But I guess, you know. Hey, okay. All right, Kyle. Graham Plattner. We're winning. Democrats are winning now. Let's hear more, I guess. I'm already bored. There we go.
it sort of seems like a foregone conclusion.
So he's happy about
why
that?
is Mills doing so horrible? Let's keep it real, bro. First of all, she's kind of old. That's hurting her. But also, like, her heart's not in it. Her heart's not. She was handpicked by Chuck Schumer to try to stop Plattner from winning because he knows Plattner is going to be like another Bernie, going to be another, pain in the ass. And, Graham is open about the fact, like, he criticizes Democratic leadership all the time. And so...
So we're going to have Matt Duss in the Senate.
Bernie is not a pain in the ass. He's a seat cushion.
I know. He is a cushion, bro.
I don't know what he means when he says
He
that.
is handrails to guide you right to the Democratic fucking party, bro. Hand you a fucking tropical drink with an umbrella straw. Like, holy fucking shit. And also, once again, Matt Duss, Bernie's fucking foreign policy advisor when he was running for president, is like, sure, he's not full-blown neocon shit, but he might as well be Barack Obama, which is as bad. But don't worry. Look, guys, let's go back. Let's see for a second. See this again. See that? Look. Plattner's blue. Collins red. So clearly, this Plattner guy must be a really good candidate. You know what I'm saying? Like, really good. Thanks, Kyle.
And it doesn't even. I'm not even gonna say it doesn't click for him, because I think, as we've all discussed here before, it's like at this point he can't not know.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like this whole mentality he pushes forward is like part of the reason why stuff gets worse, because it's like you can't criticize people until like the last moment, or until like they're actually in office.
Yeah.
It's like don't say anything like quote unquote bad about them until they beat the Republican. And then once they're in office, then you could say stuff, but it's like once they're in office, it's like they're in.
Exactly. And they're going to do stupid shit while they're in office, and it's going to lead to the other team winning again. And if I don't see how Kyle, like, I don't understand how Kyle does not recognize that. that both sides keep putting up shit people in office year after year, or every 4 years, or every 2 years, or whatever. They keep putting these shit guys in here, and when one team wins, like let's say like the general election or even the Congress, the other team's like, damn, these guys suck. And guess what? They do fucking suck. They suck ass. They're terrible. But Kyle will write it off as like, oh, they're just dumb Republicans. But Kyle does the same thing. Whenever if a Republican wins the general and wins the Congress, right, the majority, it's like, man, these guys fucking suck. We need to get our guys back in. And also, I think part of Kyle's strategy is to bring things back to, let's be real, cold-blooded, devil-worshipping policies to where no one's noticing all these problems happening in the world. And once he gets there, then he'll be like, okay, now we can maybe like get like an AOC or Bernie Sanders elected. Maybe, one day, maybe, trust the fucking plan.
Yeah, he has revealed his like hand with that, with this whole, we used to be a country that at least used the facade of democracy or the facade of freedom.
Yeah, this fool was mad. Like, yo, the UK doesn't like us anymore, man. Yo, France is mad at us. Like, aren't they cunts too? I don't get it, Kyle. You think those guys are like, they're your friends or something? Like they're helping make the world a better place, Kyle? We're losing our allies, man. Like those cunts? Didn't they destroy the Middle East with us? Weren't they like hand in hand, in tandem, fucking up the Middle East along with the U.S.? Yes, they were, Kyle, along with other places. I mean, just look at Ukraine, Russia, with what Europe has done with that.
And it's like, exactly, it's like, aren't they selling out like the people of their own country, same as like how you say Trump is selling out America, which he is.
Exactly. What's the number?
And also,
yeah, God?
it's like, why is Kyle so deeply focused on such utter BS, such as electoral politics and stuff like this? It's like, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, how much does that suit cost he has on right now? Like bare minimum $500, right? It's like, why don't you go do some like community? You're rich enough. Like, it's like, why don't you go do some like community sovereignty, or like start like a GoFundMe donation for like poor people in your area, like actual like things that'll actually change people's lives, not telling them to vote Democrat or Republican or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, it's just an embarrassment. You want to know what's crazy about it? It's Kyle's actual like idea of how to deal with the Trump administration and I guess Republicans in general. His idea is make America great again. But when he means again, he means traditional fucking politics, inside baseball bullshit, where these guys are mulling around, not really doing much to help people, more so destroying the fucking planet and helping their fucking business friends. The revolving door between Wall Street and Washington, that shit went nowhere under Democrats. It's not even amplified
Yeah, but at
under
least
Trump.
you get Meals on Wheels.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he'll say.
Lovely, Kyle. Thank you. Thanks, Kyle, for that. Yeah, he's like a fucking lame. I called him out. I was talking about my friend James today. But yeah, this guy's like, I think he's almost at Alex Jones level. I've seen some fucking bullshittery from this guy. Whitewashing Obama for the sake of your team winning. Saying if they cheat, we're going to cheat too, but better. Yeah, this fucking guy was saying shit like that. But anyways.
And we were talking about the in the Discord, we were talking about like the minimum wage and stuff like that. And I think it was Obama that made it like $7 federally or whatever, which obviously is nowhere near enough. But Kyle is the type to be like, well, you know, be grateful it was $7. You know, it could be 0, right? I mean, look at the steps we're taking towards making people's lives better. Republicans would have made it 0.
You said that way too nicely. He would say, well, the Republicans were going to do 650. We're better. We are objectively better. With no real argument behind it. Just preying off of how blatantly bad Trump is, playing off of that as to why we should go join the Democratic Party and vote alongside Kyle. It's fucking lame.
Yeah. Just take the scraps. Don't complain, just take the scraps.
Yeah. So all right,
and then I hate the whole like argument. This mainly comes from liberals, but it's not about liberals, but it's just an argument they make about how Trump's destroying democracy. He's cutting all these social programs and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, first of all, Meals on Wheels, right? Obamacare and Social Security isn't democracy. It's like you're dwindling rations of freedom that you have that you barely even have.
Yeah.
It's like that's not a democracy. If you have to beg for this stuff.
I mean, if I've heard Kyle say this idea and imply like Bernie's in the same category. Well, okay, I won't use Social Security. I'll say Medicare, which is also fucked, by the way. It's been a fuck program for a while. Most people have to do it in tandem with private insurance companies. And guess what? A lot of them are old people that don't work anymore. It becomes like a fucking struggle where you're using your Social Security, which is supposed to be like, hey, here's you getting paid back for all the work and production you've done during your time in America, during your life in America, right? They have to pull from their Social Security to pay for private insurance attached to their Medicare. It's like, wait a minute, I'm getting fucking hoodwinked. Now, Bernie's idea was to expand Medicare slowly but surely, right? Expand it from 65 years old to 55 to 45 to then until it covers the entire country, right? Everyone. And it's like, Kyle, you don't see how that is such a far distance away. From 65 years old to everyone, right? You are nowhere, policy-wise, they have been nowhere near it, period. At some point, I think you'd wake up and be like, man, this is not going to happen without an actual fight. Like a real, like, transformation of the psyche of Americans to where, like, yo, we want that shit right now. Otherwise, we're not doing shit for you. Fuck your taxes. Fuck your fucking the jobs. Wherever. Fuck it. We're not doing anything until we get that done. It's that drastic of a gap between. It's not. You can't trickle into that, bro. You can't do increments with that shit. It's such a wide gap, and everything in government is fighting against those ideas, Kyle. This is not me saying I'm for or against Medicare. I mean, I want everyone taken care of, but if there's a better, even better Medicare for all or a better version of something, I'd take it, right? I'm just saying, like, this is Kyle's ideas, and he's so far away from it. But yes, what is he asking for? More increments towards this giant fucking gap that they increase year by year. They increase the gap, right? Wages go down, bills go up, prices for bills they go up. Medicare needs, it isn't just health. It isn't just a program that just works for old people. That's not true. They have to attach it to, especially people with bigger illnesses or need more medical care. Guess what? They're still paying out of pocket. They're still paying for private insurance. You are nowhere near it. You don't even have the Medicare for all for fucking 65 and older. The idea that Bernie Sanders was basically saying, right? You're nowhere near it just for fucking the elderly, for seniors. They don't fucking have it. So it's like, it can't be vote for these guys and then, one day when I'm 90 years old, maybe we'll have some health care for everyone. You sure about that? At best, you have cultural shit, which is the thing you should have been aiming at in the first place. Because it's about the psyche and culture and art and passion and expression. These younger people, not all of them, there's a lot. Guess what? The Republicans are gaining ground in regards to young people. Once again, they're not siding with Trump right now, but they're kind of showcasing themselves being standing against Trump. And thus they're earning their stripes in argumentation to where, like, you going out there and telling young people to say, hey, go vote for Kamala. Those young Republican kids are going to see that and be like, Excuse me? We're not on the same team then. It's like they might be able to see someone as like, okay, this person makes some sense as to why you support them, but Kamala makes no fucking sense. And if you influence young people to start voting for fucking crones like that, bro, yeah, you're fucking you're pushing the whole quote unquote progress backwards. Those kids are gonna look at them stupid, like, wait a minute, this person who did X, Y, and Z that has policies like this person is who you want to be our leader? Get the fuck out of here. And it ends up staying in left and right paradigm. And it gets harder and harder for even just the elderly to get fucking health care or to have their healthcare needs taken care of. It's like you're just working backwards. You need to throw this shit in the fucking garbage and go to exactly to where you need to go to, which is essentially quote unquote hearts and minds. But hey guys, this is wrong. That's why we're standing against it. And that's all you need. Like, that is my perspective. I can explain it to you, but that's where I stand. This is about right and wrong, not right and left. But Kyle's made it very distinctly about right and left, hasn't he? Red
Exactly.
bad, blue good. Meals on wheels. Idiot. Sorry fucking
like-
excuse, bro. Sorry.
If you're not in Kyle's little like money bubble or like ideology bubble, right? Like if you're an American person, right, you have an R, or you have been an R getting squeezed. You have been an R getting pushed into austerity.
Yep.
And it's like Kyle, people like Kyle. It's like I keep bringing it up where like people's mindsets are stuck in like the 1990s, but it really is true. Like it's a lot of these people still think like the world runs, or it's not even just the world, but specifically America, that it still runs or it still operates the same way that it did in the 1990s. But it's like a lot of stuff happened in the 90s that changed the way, like a lot of stuff happened in the world in the 90s that changed the way that America works.
And yeah. And the personalities are much more bold. At least with their policies, they're much bolder about these things. Can you imagine if you say, and you said on September 13th, 2001, 2 days after, and said, hey man, we're going to fund those same guys that blew up these buildings again. We're going to fund them and give them money and weaponry to take out another country. You know how the heads would spin if they heard that? That's what Obama did. That's what he did. Maybe not the exact same guys, obviously, but like networks and teams that are doing shit like that around the world. He funded these fools. So did Trump. I'm just saying, like the gap, Kyle, in between like people having policies they say out loud and then the actual reality of things, it's so far gone that politics is not enough for why to fix problems in this country or any country or people around the world. Politics will not do the job. It is, let's be real, it's fucking woo-woo time. It is psychology. But hey, how come you're not, listen, you just,
It is true.
like, oh, you're just watching this and you're like just fucking absorbing the information, right? But are you questioning it? Are you using your critical thinking? That's psychology, Kyle. That's not politics, that's psychology. It takes heart too to be like, man, I'm such a fan of this guy. I hope he didn't say anything that be absolutely wrong that guides me in the wrong direction. God forbid, right? That those need to be considered. But if they're not being considered, you're going to end up with the same lame shit over and over and over again. When no one to blame but the other party. But that means you're going to be sitting around waiting for them to take office so you can start complaining again. Fuck. This is not
And it
rocket
always-
science. It's not.
It always has been like at the end of the day, but now more than ever, it's like it certainly is about psychology and culture.
Yeah. He wants to win the culture by, look, we'll make better memes than they do now. That's his idea of shifting culture. We'll have better memes. Are you kidding me? They'll, like, listen, Republicans, they'll do dirty things. We'll be dirtier. That's your fucking answer? Holy fuck. No spiritual backbone to this motherfucker, bro. None. He has a paper straw of a backbone. Pause. All right, let's hear Kyle tell us how the Democrats are winning, bro. We're winning. It's happening. That is literally a QAnon statement. Like, it's happening. All right, here we go.
He knows Plattner is going to be like another Bernie, going to be another
Wait, pause it real quick.
Pain in the ass.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought, but I have one more thing to say.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so how we were just saying that it's like the biggest thing is about, culture and psychology and, thinking deep within. And it's like, at this point, if you're pointing to one single group or person or party or whatever ideology as the reason why, like, stuff is like living conditions are bad, or like whatever, like you feel like stuff's not right in America, like if you're still blaming like the Democrats or the Republicans or Trump or Kamala or Biden or whatever figure, right? It's like this, at this point, you're the one that's part of the problem more so than anyone you blame, single group or person or party you blame or ideology you blame for why you think like we're going through serious issues, in my opinion.
Nah, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. And it's like, yeah. And especially from these fucking fuck faces on screen like this, because they will actually ignore certain problems from their own party. They will, misdiagnose like a motherfucker, but tell you it's the right answer. Just on and so forth, because they're like side playing on teams or whatever the fuck. But all right, let's hear Kyle tell us the victory, the I guess the Bernie adjacent Graham Plattner. It's happening. The storm is coming. Here we go.
Because he knows Plattner is going to be like another Bernie, going to be another, pain in the ass. And, Graham is open about the fact, like, he criticizes Democratic leadership all the time. And so this was Chuck Schumer was like,
whoa, he does?
Oh, God, I'm going to get back
So
at him.
Trump.
Watch this. And picked fucking Janet Mills. She immediately shits the bed. Clearly doesn't want to be there. Is like barely running for office. Too old. She's also, of course, as you all know, she's protected rich people and refused to raise taxes on rich people in Maine. She's done a number of things. In many ways, I thought she was just sort of a standard Democrat, but Crystal told me, nah, there's actually some ways in which she's pretty conservative, and she laid them out for me. And so, but guess what? Like, this just goes to show you, the Democratic Tea Party is here, y'all. I've been telling you, it is fucking here. The fact that Zoran Mamdani won in New York City, that's not, a lot of losers will cope and say, that's just a New York City thing. Oh, is it? Is it really just a New York City thing? You'll see.
Losers.
You'll see.
Oh.
No, this is, you
You'll
can
see.
replicate this across the country. Democrats are now tired of diet MAGA Democrats. They want real
Students huffing
Democrats.
serious
They want
hopium.
actual lefties. They want fighters. That's what they want. And so that's what we're beginning to see. That's why you see in these special elections, you have the Democratic candidate winning in like Trump plus 20 districts, and they're winning by like double digits. The Democrat is. Like the whole country.
Kyle, anyone can see how trash Trump has been. And because of that, it may not be actual merit of how these guys are getting elected. It may not be because they're such fucking strong fighters. It could just be, oh, they're the opposite team of Trump. All right, I'm going with that one. And let's be real, how many young people are in this, Kyle? That's a pretty big question there. I know a lot more have gotten activated because of the Trump administration and how dog shit it is. But once again, maybe they're more keen towards general elections versus midterms. It could just be the older crowd, as in people that are, let's be real, getting ready to move on to the next life, if you will. Pardon my language, or make it sound dark, I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're older. Like, what if that's the case? Maybe it is young people. I don't fucking know. I haven't looked at any numbers. I don't like polling in the first place. I think it's kind of an incomplete answer. But still, who knows, Kyle? Who fucking knows? I guess we'll have to say. And also, once again, I'm so bad that right now, if a George W. Bush wanted to run as a Democrat, they'd probably win their election too. Just saying, bro. Right? And it's rhetoric, right, Kyle? campaign slogans, rhetoric. How do people know that these guys are for real and they really are caring about, their constituents and people around them? How do you know they actually care? Of course, you don't ask that question because that'd be looking for an actual solution to things within the context of, voting and this shit, partisan politics. Oh God. All right.
These people's morals and values are easy, like a prostitute. Like how you said, like if George Bush were to run as a Democrat, like he'd probably win. It's
At
like
this point,
that's how easy. It's how easy these peoples will give up their quote unquote morals and values.
I kept saying this. Anyone can scream free Palestine. It's just English. They're just words. Fucking Hillary Clinton. Picket sign screaming, no war with Vietnam. Right? Look at Hillary. Now look at her now. I mean, AOC. She's heading down a weird path that even Kyle had to criticize her for, and Hassan Piker had to criticize her. Not to her face, but on their internet shows. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Country's fed up. The whole country's fed up, and they want the exact opposite of whatever we're witnessing now. Well, guess what? That would be a Democratic Tea Party, a left-wing Tea Party. That would be somebody like Graham Plattner, who correctly calls out the problem being the billionaires and the fascists and the warmongers, okay? The right has their
Okay, Kyle, once again, we watched the primary. Remember the primary, Kyle, back in 2019, 2020-ish territory, right? They got like fucking 30 fucking Democrats on stage having a debate. Remember that? And they all had different languaged versions of Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All. They're all like, oh, this is Medicare for everyone. Oh, no, mine is called We Want Medicare Now bill. This one's called Healthcare for Everyone deal. Like, all different names appealing to the same brand. Now, we're aware that those guys were fucking lying. They took Bernie's policy, gave some language that sounded like it, but wasn't really about it. Just for them to get a boost in the polls and try to win the election. So, just like we said, anyone can say free Palestine. Someone can say Medicare for more and make it sound like it's Bernie Sanders' policy, right? I'm just saying. All right. Let's continue. We just watched those people do that with Iran, right? Like, people shouldn't call this a war. It's not a war. It's a fight for freedom. Or whatever they fuck. It's releasing. It's saving a hostage. It's not war. Right. All right. Here we go.
It has their narrative, and they have the people they scapegoat. They say it's trans people, it's immigrants, it's black people, it's liberals. They're the ones with their boot on your neck. But the truth is, and everybody's learning this now, it's not them. It's the billionaires and the fascists and the warmongers that are making your life a living hell. That's who it is. It's the Epstein class. That's who it is. And so when you have a candidate like Graham Plattner come along, and he says it like it is, he says, yeah, it's the fucking billionaires. Yeah, it's the oligarchy. This is class war. The billionaires are waging.
And again, this is the problem with not looking deeper within psychology and especially in this case within the culture, because it's like he talks about the Epstein class, but it's like he doesn't even realize that America is an Epstein culture. It's like Epstein didn't like infuse this type of like degeneracy into the culture of America or into like these groups of people. It's like they're born of the culture like everyone else here. So it's like hence why America is like one of the highest perpetrators of stuff like pedophilia.
Yeah. And listen, these fools will fall for a bunch of what's the fucking guy's name? Is it John Fetterman? This dude got votes I think, here's my opinion from a distance. There's a good chance this guy got votes for saying certain rhetoric and wearing a hoodie and shorts everywhere. So like wearing business suits, he wears shorts and a hoodie. Like, oh man, he's like down to earth. He's like one of us. He gets into office. Look at his fucking policies. Holy Christ. You want to talk about like a problem foreign policy wise? Like, good God. You don't want that guy anywhere near. Then you have Randy Fine for the other team, right? Just suit and ties, speaks very proper, right? Gets into office. What the fuck does that guy do? Giggles at dead babies in his fucking feed and cheers on massacres that happen across the world. Like, we gotta go look past the image and look for substance. But all Kyle's listening for is fucking taglines. Taglines. I bet he'd say AOC's anti-war when it's like, really? I don't see that. I don't see anti-war there at all. He might say that. Who knows? She might call herself that. All right. Let's continue. I guess all he said so far is Graham Plattner, people have questions about him. Maybe it's more of the bad empanada wing of things or side of things, but there's still questions worth looking at. What's it play? Here we go.
He says, yeah, it's the fucking billionaires. Yeah, it's the oligarchy. This is class war.
He said billionaires.
The billionaires are waging class war on
oligarchs.
you. Why do you think we already have worse income and wealth inequality than the Gilded Age? So we need to fight back. We need to fight back in this class war. And this is what you get. And by the way, I love this because what does it do, guys? Understand something. This busts up the myth, and that's exactly what it is.
But fight back how?
Oh,
You
the
keep
only
telling
way
people to vote
in conservative
Democrat.
states a Democrat can win is if they go full.
It's like, do some community
Joe Manchin
sovereignty if you
or
actually want to
John
fight back.
Fetterman
You're
or
rich enough to
Kirsten
do it.
Sinema. Fetterman's
Yeah.
a unique case because he pretended like he was Bernie, and that's how he won. But then once he got in there,
Oh, he brings him up? Wait, you brought him up? Mr. Fetterman. Like, whoa, that's a different case. Different case. That's different. 'Cause I don't want this fucked up at all. I'm going to leave and come back. 1 second. I want this pristine. Go ahead, Kyle. Tell us about John Fetterman. Please, go ahead. Here we go.
what does it do, guys? Understand something. This busts up the myth, and that's exactly what it is, a myth that, oh, the only way in conservative states a Democrat can win is if they go full Joe Manchin or John Fetterman or Kirsten Sinema. Fetterman's a unique case because he pretended like he was Bernie, and that's how he won. But then once he got in there, he became basically MAGA. He just went right wing after getting a stroke and having brain damage. Okay, but the other.
I wonder if Kyle campaigned for that John Fetterman guy. I wonder. I was tricked. All right, here we go.
Other examples: Kirsten Sinema, Joe Manchin. The Democratic Party, the conventional wisdom among the Democratic elite and Democratic leadership is, in order for a Democrat to win in these places, they have to be moderate. They have to be centrist. They have to basically agree half with Republicans, agree with the right, be diet MAGA. And they've told themselves this lie forever. They're like, that's the only way to win.
Bad
but
strategy.
It's always been bullshit.
Okay.
And you want to know how I know that? Joe Manchin, for example, how is he moderate? He's moderate in the sense that
They're just
he
too
likes
nice. They're too
deregulating
giving.
Wall Street and doing
what it is.
tax cuts for billionaires. If you go talk to voters in West Virginia and they knew, hey, this is what this guy's doing, this is how he's moderate, they would go, oh yeah, I don't like that part of him, right? So, no, you can be moderate in some red states. Yes, if you're somebody who's maybe a little more conservative on guns, right? So you're a Democrat, but you say, yeah, I'm not in favor of cracking down big time on guns. Yes, in some ways I could see shifting a little bit to the right culturally or socially, but economically.
It's like an ass backwards land, upside down fucking mirror, twisty, bendy shit. Are you fucking kidding me? How about they be honest about what they believe in, Kyle? Not strategy for the state they're running for. Shouldn't they just be honest? Right, Kyle? That is the answer. Now I understand why some dumb fuck will be like, Jordan, you're naive. They won't just be honest. I get that, but are you looking for it? You dingbats? Are you looking for honesty? If you get a whiff like, man, this guy doesn't seem honest, let me pressure him on this question, on this topic, instead of like letting them skate by because Trump's so bad. And by the way, Kyle, this is a borrowed strategy from fucking 2016. It's a borrowed strategy. Trump's so bad, vote for Hillary. Borrowed, old, stupid, lacks moral courage, lacks backbone. And he's out here like kind of advocating for that. I hope he didn't mean that right there, where he's saying like, "Yo, if you're in a, I love gun state, yeah, maybe just say you're not mad about guns. Say you're okay with guns." I hope he's not advocating for lying essentially to win a fucking seat. Because then it's like, well, Kyle, wouldn't that be electing liars? Wouldn't it? I'm gonna back up. I need to see exactly what he's saying. Let me say.
Go talk to voters in West Virginia, and they knew, hey, this is what this guy's doing. This is how he's moderate. They would go, oh yeah, I don't like that part of him, right? So, no, you can be moderate in some red states. Yes, if you're somebody who's maybe a little more conservative on guns, right? So you're a Democrat, but you say, yeah, I'm not in favor of cracking down big time on guns. Yes, in some ways I could see shifting a little bit to the right culturally or socially, but economically, this is what they don't want you to know is that literally all over this country, leftism economically is a winner, period. When you talk about raising the minimum wage, it polls like 60, 70, 80%. When you talk about raising taxes on the rich, that polls 70, 80%. You talk about universal health care, that's massively popular, overwhelmingly popular, a strong majority.
You didn't say the number there, which is interesting. It's overwhelmingly.
Only weirdos like Kyle think about it in terms of left or right policy. Like when real people are going through stuff, they don't think about left or right. They think about, oh, am I going to be able to feed my family, pay the bills, pay the health care?
Yeah.
Right? It's like it's not about left or right, as we keep on saying. It's like, are you able to live, or are you about to die?
Yeah. And thus could actually be true brain rot. I hope Kyle's not engaging with this. For himself, right? As an individual, psychologically engaging in, man, I hope things get worse, so that they start moving towards my policies. Which could come from a sweetheart place in his heart, right? Like, oh, I want things to be better, but they don't understand yet. So we need bad things to happen so that they realize this is better off for them. That'd be a dark, decrepit fucking section of his fucking brain, bro. That'd be a disgusting part if that was there. And in my opinion, in my worldview, which no one has to believe in, I think it takes its toll on people. And as we know, one person can affect the other. From feedback, from reflection. If Kyle goes full dumb fuck dark side shut, right? I mean, someone might buy into that, which could lead to another action or another behavior. Of course, Kyle doesn't think about shit like that because he's a dumb fuck with no backbone. And fucking political brain rot. But, all right. I have to leave and come back. I don't know why that was so laggy, but it was. Sorry, audience. All right, let's try that again. Here we go.
Wants that. So they lie and pretend in order to win in these states, we have to basically be diet MAGA. We have to be right-wing Democrats. We have to agree with Republicans. No, it turns out
so Democrats
they
don't
wanted
actually
a
believe
fighter,
in this stuff.
and they wanted somebody who's actually going to represent their interests. And who's going to represent your interests? Left-wingers. Because left-wingers are going to fight for you to have higher wages. They're going to fight for you to have better health care. They're going to fight for you to have more paid time off. Okay? They're going to try to make
historically proven false.
Wasting all this money, spending all this money on stupid wars, illegal and offensive wars against countries that didn't attack us, and they're going to reinvest that in your education and in your health care and in giving you a shot at a decent life, a shot at the.
Whoa. Does Kyle think the Democrats are going to come in and lower the Pentagon budget? That's a rough one, Kyle. That's a rough one to swing, bro. It's been nothing but upward for a while now. They're going to decrease it and spend it on what? Programs for people? Where do you see that at? I'm sorry. A lot of these fucking politicians, whether they're from the AOC, Ilhan Omar side of life, or traditional, or I guess establishment Democrats, whatever you want to call them, Bernie Sanders, He was like, I guess, in the middle, foreign policy wise, on paper. It seems like it really feels like a general can walk in the room like, yo, Mr. President, Mrs. President, we're doing this. This has to be done. And I see them all bending. I think they'd all fucking bend the knee in those scenarios. Because, once again, you got to look for something beyond politics. Someone who has the fucking guts, the moral and spiritual backbone to say, fuck that, I'm not doing that. I told people I wouldn't do this, so I'm not doing it. I'm going to lower the fucking budget. You're not going to get more shit. You're going to get less shit. I don't care what threats you throw at me. No, I don't mean like, I'm not saying full conspiracy where they're like, okay, we're going to kill you now. I mean like, in the sense of like, hey, if you don't do this, listen, Americans are going to die. They're going to get blown up. It'll be your fault. So sign the fucking bill. Sign the budget. Right? Which is dictated by Congress anyway, so it's already fucked, but whatever. I don't see anyone with the guts to stand up to that shit. I don't care how much Elon was going to punch that dude who sprayed apple cider vinegar on her. Which was kind of hot, by the way. Like, oh my god, this woman's hot as shit. But I don't care how much she was going to go swing a punch at this guy. I think when a general approaches her and says, we need to do this, I think she bends the knee. I have not seen evidence otherwise. Sorry, Bernie, that's obvious. He'll turn to a fucking noodle and do a fucking backflip. AOC, I think the same thing. I think they tell her, like, listen, these people are going to die over here if we don't bomb them right now. If we don't act now, these people in this group over here, they're going to die. I think she'd bend the knee to that. So it's like, where... I don't get it, Kyle. How's that military budget going to dwindle like that? Is it because we already won? Is it's already over? They already took it over like everything else? Everything else got destroyed already, so there's no need for it anymore? That's the only option I see for you, bud, in regards to the people I see now in politics. Graham Plotner included. He may not be as anti-war as you think he is, Kyle. I don't think he's anti-war at all, to be honest with you. But, all right. Keep going. Oh,
And
good.
real quick, depending on who's in office, Kyle will pretend like he has guts. Just like, your Ilhan Omars or AOCs will pretend they have guts. But it's like and he's also going to pretend like when the Democrats inevitably come back into power, he's going to pretend like they're going to change anything or make anything better, but it's like they're just going to continue like the Trump cuts to the social programs. In fact, they might even codify all those cuts and stuff like that, which they have done, like, historically.
Yeah. Or leave things there to where you even forget you were complaining about them in the first place.
Yeah.
That has been a thing. Biden administration, I mean, Seb said it earlier, just left shit the way it was. In a way, like it advanced in a way, but also like kind of like kept it quiet and didn't really like overly overtly advance. But I keep bringing up the story of 2,000 troops, right, in Syria when Trump leaves office. 2,000 troops stayed in Syria when Biden's in office. 2,000 troops stayed in Syria when Trump comes back. They lessen it a little bit, but let's be real. I think they're angling for some sort of military action with other countries, right? With the Irans and the Somalias and Yemen and all that shit. So it's like continuation. They'll put people to fucking sleep. And then the next guy can come in, whether they're Democrat or Republican, and be aggressive and just push it forward even more. And Cal's a fucking lapdog. He's a dunce, essentially, just sitting there letting it happen. Probably without even really, probably doesn't know much of all that, to be honest with you. Let's just be honest. I think he looks for, like, look what Republicans did today. With some Democrats, right? When you need like a quote-unquote non-establishment Democrat to win something, now all of a sudden the Democrats have faults. And in fact, what he said in this video so far is that these guys, they just have bad strategy. Bad strategy. It's like, wait a minute, aren't those, but they're not such as bad strategy. These guys are assholes too, right? Aren't they? No, Obama, he was just too nice. capitulating to the fucking Republican Party. No, Kyle, he's a cunt. Look, here's his policies. They're disgusting. And no, it's not better. Equally cunty. But whatever. Let's hear Kyle do some PR. Here we go.
American dream. So it just totally busts up that myth. And you could say, oh, this is a one-off. But you're going to see it's actually not a one-off. What you're going to see is there's a lot of candidates who are running across the country right now who have a similar ideology to us, you and me, watching this. And they're going to win. They're going to win. Oh. And then there is no... They can cope if they want to and say, oh, that's a fluke, that's a fluke. Well, at a certain point, it's the norm and not the fluke. And I think we're in the midst of that transition now. I told you guys before, I'm one of the co-founders of Justice Democrats. We missed our window. Like, we did it after Trump won the first time.
Work out. Okay.
The country wasn't ready for it yet. The Democratic voters still felt more or less like they trusted Democratic leadership. Now we're at the place where Democratic voters do not trust Democratic leadership. They don't like Hakeem Jeffries. They don't like Chuck Schumer. They realize that these guys are half in agreement with MAGA and are fucking doormats and are willing to get plowed and destroyed by MAGA. Okay?
But at least they're not in the Epstein files, Kyle. What if that's just good enough? But hey, man, I wasn't in the Epstein files, but you were. What if that was enough? What if Trump starts a war with Iran? Well, we didn't start the war with Iran. Republicans did that. You don't think those are hot topic, big button topics enough to where they can actually use that, as leverage? Continue running off. Like, Chuck Schumer's been there forever. Forever he's been there, bro. I'm just saying. And now they have more ammo to use against Republicans, I guess. And I did watch the whole Justice Democrats thing go down back in the day. And, let's be real. They screwed Kyle over, kicked him to the fucking side. And they got, 4 fucking people in initially. There was no fucking wave. They cheated Bernie Sanders over. You sat back and watched it happen. Someone called out Bernie. I was like, yo, this Bernie guy just rolls over. When's he going to realize this is not about politics? It's not that he has bad politics. It's that he's not as corrupt as they are. I'm not saying that's true or not. I'm just saying that was their assessment. Bernie Sanders is sus to me because he's rolling over, letting himself get fucking cheated every year. Why are we picking someone that just lets themselves get cheated over and over and over again? They're not fighting corruption when they're doing that. And Kyle told that person to shut the fuck up. Get in line. Bernie's our granddad. He's America's granddad. Lock in, vote for him. Lock in, vote for someone that maybe sounds like him a little bit. But can't get him, Elizabeth Harris. Can't get her, Kamala Harris. Fuck it. Defeat the Republicans. It's yo, what are we doing? But, do your thing, Kyle.
And speaking of Hakeem Jeffries, one of the things that pisses me off about my my district representative, which is not Hakeem Jeffries, it's Pete Aguilar, but one of the things that pisses me off, it's the district that guy represents is one of the where I live is one of the poorest, most run down districts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been that way for a while. And it's
yeah,
I'll see this guy on TV, right? That's supposed to be representing my area of California, right? Sucking up to Dem leadership and stuff like that, and walking around with the big dogs over in Washington, and it's really?
Yeah.
It's while you sold out my district to freaking Amazon and the AI data centers and all this dangerous BS and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it's but at least you're getting off good. Pause.
I mean, that's another thing. I should have mentioned that, actually. About how these, new invigorated fucking young Democrats coming here that have more stronger policies towards what Kyle likes. These guys go out there and they endorse the worst versions of what Kyle would call Democrats. They endorse them. They use their platforms to boost those guys up. Bernie did it as well. And it's yo, what are they doing? Do they have eyes, ears, and a fucking brain? They can't pick up like, yo, these guys are corrupt. It's not about disagreeing about ideas. Like, these guys are fucking corrupt, right? There's no doubt about it about Joe Biden. But Bernie gets on stage and said, "This is my good friend Joe, and I endorse him for president of the United States," right? And it's just like, how? The whole thing is that you're not corrupt, and they are. But they do it anyways, over and over again, year after year. Incredible. But, all right. Let's apply. Here's more Kyle. Strategy guy.
Want real fighters. And so this is now the Democratic Tea Party. This is the Justice Democrats moment. This is the moment for any fighter who says, I'm not going to take any corporate money. I'm not going to take any billionaire money. I'm not going to vote for all these wars, and I'm going to represent the people. You are going to win on that message now. So this Plattner thing is incredible. It's literally like not even a race at this point. I also wanted to point this out while we're having the conversation about Plattner. Look at this. This is incredible. Okay. Maine Senate votes by media usage. Ready for this? Joe Rogan listeners, the 87% of them are for Collins, the Republican. Only 1% of them is for the Democrat or Plattner. That is fucking insane. CNN viewers are 76% for Plattner. Fox News viewers are 72% for Plattner. Local Maine news,
Collins.
it's Plattner 52 to 34. And MS Now viewers are for Plattner 79%. Okay, stop and think about it.
So you're saying it's a continuation of the same. CNN and MSNBC or MS Now pick the Democrat. Fox News and Joe Rogan fans pick the more Republican-leaning version. I don't get it. Let's find out what's groundbreaking about this. Here we go.
And MS Now viewers are for Plattner 79%. Okay, stop and think about this. Joe Rogan has become such a disgusting partisan hack and pro-MAGA freak that his audience is more partisan and more biased and more pro-Republican than the Fox News audience. Again, Fox News is pro-Republican, pro-Collins, 72%.
You would have
Joe
thought
Rogan's
that this
audience
guy's
is
like Joe
pro-Collins,
Rogan's
pro-Republican.
ex-girlfriend or something like that.
If you played nice, Kyle, you'd still be on the show. Don't worry about it, man. Get Bernie another appearance to do and say nothing. There we go.
87%. That's disgusting. And I hope Joe's happy. I hope you're happy, buddy. All your whole like enlightened centrist shtick. Enlightened centrist, my ass cheeks. You're right.
I think he's doing just fine.
You endorse Trump. You went to the fucking inauguration. Anytime you criticize him now, you soft pedal the hell out of the criticism. People know.
Let's be honest. How many in Joe Rogan's audience know who the fuck is running for office in fucking Maine? What was it like? Fucking like 15 people did that poll or something like that. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And also, let's be honest. A lot of Joe Rogan's content is celebrity shit. It's Johnny Carson. Billy Bob Thornton has a new movie coming out. It's fuck my life. Okay, I don't know how many of Joe Rogan's audience cares about fucking Maine. I don't know how many fucking Fox News watchers give a fuck about Maine's politics. But all right, it seems like there's like, listen, I've always been Republican, so you know what? Fuck it, go red. Right, like these like bullshit polls. Hey, you ever heard of Joe Rogan? Yeah, I have. Who you voted for in Maine? Who's running? But one guy's Republican, the other guy's Democrat. I'm going Republican because they always have. I think that's it. And Kyle's like, look at them. Oh my God. Look at this. Fuck my life. There we go.
So everybody now tuning in, it's literally a more, think about that. Joe always makes fun of Sean Hannity for being like a biased right-winger, like a hack, right? You are now so fucking biased that your own audience is more partisan than Sean Hannity's audience. His fucking nursing home, retirement home ass audience that sits there and nods in agreement with everything Trump does. Your audience is now more right wing than his audience. Insane, bro.
What a win,
but
Kyle, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Plattner.
Kyle, bro.
He's doing the damn thing.
God damn, what a fucking win. Jesus Christ.
You know, hey, look, I know it's a little early to maybe bring this up.
It's fucking red panty night tonight.
Say, based
Jesus
off
Christ.
The reaction I've seen to Plattner in Maine, but also across the country too. He really
know what I
strikes me as
just
one of those guys
realized?
where if he were to run for president,
Why does this guy have like a WWE style referee earpiece on, like he's being like fed information about the next move? It's like, what is that?
All right, take her through the table. Yep, line up. Okay, good. You're in the way of the camera. Step out of the way of the camera. All right, good. Either that or he's like fucking Secret Service or some shit. This is a weird earpiece. I don't know what that is. I guess it's for only headphones, like in both ears, but just like very secure. You don't listen. Look at that hair. You want to mess that hair up? You know what I'm saying, Hickory? Do you want to fuck that hair up? Okay, you can't wear like the big over-the-top gamer headphones, bro. Gotta get some earpieces, you know? And the piercings, you want to fuck up the piercings, bro. You don't want to fuck up the full, you know, midlife crisis man
Yeah,
do.
true.
Can't fuck it up. But all right. Now, once again, we've heard some negative things about this Plattner guy. Just quietly. I don't know so much about him. Just heard things here or there. But I did watch Sam Cedar protect him. I saw him protect that Plattner guy for the sake of what? Democrats winning for politics. And it's like, guy, like, really? Didn't you, like, revitalize your whole fucking career, Sam? Because people are like, yo, how the fuck are we supposed to ride with this dude that's dick riding the Democratic Party year in, year out? Well, guess what? Trump got elected. So now, Sam Cedar's like, I'm fucking winning now, baby. But at the same time, he is still capitulating for the fucking Democratic Party. And now I don't know what to think about this Plattner guy, if he's legit or not. I'll have to do more research, but guess what? Kyle's not enough, and Sam Cedar's definitely not enough. But once again, brand new people, brand new to politics, brand new to these content creators, may not think outside of the box. They may not think otherwise. They might just listen to this and just repeat their factoids to you if you bring up questions like, who is this guy? How do you know he's a good candidate? He said billionaires are bad. That's not good enough. I've heard other people say that. And come back out and backstab their entire fucking constituency. Seen that too. Mr. Barack Obama, I voted against the Iraq War. What did he do when he got in office? It was like a big clap moment for him when he was debating and debating against the rest of the Democratic nominees, right, during the primary. Like, oh my God, this guy's the truth. He's the way. He's the hope we can believe in. What happens when he gets into office? They go to sleep. He bombs and bombs and bombs and bombs and kills and maims and burns and shoots. And Kyle will come back 10 years later and say, well, at least it was better than. It was kind of better than. I think it's better than. It's definitely better than. It's like fucking lame. Lame-o. But don't worry.
It's evil, but at least it's the lesser of two evils.
Ah, true. Don't worry. His audience will say, fuck you, Jordan. People like you are the reason why guys like Trump get into office. And I look at them like, you're the fucking reason why Trump gets into office, bro.
Exactly.
The fuck?
It's like, because you chose not to criticize or not to actually do anything to make anything better.
Yeah, and they wheel out these shitty
Accept
candidates.
the scraps.
They wheel out these shitty candidates who do a shitty job. And people beg for something different. And look what happens. All right. Let's keep going. Here we go.
I have to say, based off the reaction I've seen to Plattner in Maine, but also across the country too, he really strikes me as one of those guys where if he were to run for president, man, he just has that it factor. He has that X factor where people just go,
holy fuck.
even if there's
dick out of your mouth.
genuinely scandalous
Holy
stuff about him that
man.
came out, and people just went, whatever. Like they just didn't care. And that's sort of, Trump has that quality too. And that's why he's been president twice. That for president,
He had a scandal? What's
man.
Is this the Reddit thing I was talking about?
He just has that it factor. He has that X factor where people just go, even if there's there was some genuinely scandalous stuff about him that came out.
You
And
hear
people
this?
just went, whatever. Like they just didn't care. And that's sort of, Trump has that quality too.
And that's what he wants. That's what Kyle wants.
He had a guy with something kind of scandalous that happened in regards to him, and people didn't care. But you had this excitement in your voice and your look. Are you kidding me? Aren't you supposed to be avoiding the guys that have no fucking repercussions for shitty things they do? That's supposed to be a no-no. What the fuck? I wonder what he's talking about. Maybe it is that military shit where he's like, yeah, I love war. I went there for fun, basically. I wanted to be in the action. I wanted to shoot at someone or kill someone, possibly. Something weird, like a almost anonymous post on Reddit somewhere, even though people found out it was him. It's like, wait a minute, isn't that like scary? Let's be real, the head of the military. The president is the head of the fucking military. He is numero uno. You want that guy around foreign policy like that? Well, at least the Meals on Wheels are back, though. Thanks. Genius. All right.
Yeah, he's the lesser of two evils. But like I've said, your lesser of two evils just might be the last evil someone sees in their entire life.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But don't worry, they don't count. No one cares about them. Do you know their names? I don't know their names, so who cares? There's another dead body over there. Who cares? But check this out. Trump would put a mean face on if he did it, though. He'd have a really mean look on his face when he kills that child. But Plattner will smile at you when he does it, so it's better. Things are better now. There we go.
And that's why he's been president twice. But like, he has that. They were like, hey man, you got a skull and crossbones tattoo. And it turns out that's actually like a Nazi tattoo. And he was like,
that's where you're going on?
Oh, damn. All right. I'm going to get it changed, but my bad. And everybody was like, that's all right. It's like, wait, what? Like, that's
not even the crazy thing. Whatever. Okay.
That's that thing. Whatever that thing is. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it feels like it's not of this world. It's like this weird characteristic or quality.
But if this were, pause real quick.
Like, yeah, I like them. Doesn't matter.
What is this? Go ahead.
If this were a Republican that had this, Kyle would be going hard against him with the whole Nazi fascist hoopla he likes to talk about. But now that it's his boy, it's like, oh, it's fine if he just says, it's a mistake or whatever. It's like, well.
He almost sound like the way the QAnon guys are treating Trump and a lot of the MAGA people were treating Trump was almost like prophetic, like he's a prophetic character, a prophet of the Lord, if you will. And now Kyle's talking in the same terms about this Plattner guy. Look what he says right here. Look at this shit. Here we go.
My bad. And everybody was like, that's all right. It's like, wait, what?
That it factor,
like, this is, he has that thing. Whatever that thing is, I don't know what it is. Sometimes it feels like it's not of this world.
Yeah,
it's like this weird characteristic or quality where for whatever reason people just like, yeah, I like him. Doesn't matter what I like him. Think of like Charlie Sheen, was like a total fucking crack addict and
I never
a total mess and a criminal.
I want to hear this guy talk about cults of personality again.
It's weird, bro, the way he said that. It's like something from another world or something. Like, is he a prophet of the Lord, Kyle? Is that where you're going? He's a special character that could do some cunty shit around the world for all we know. But he has that it factor. People just forgive him. Like, that's not a good thing, Kyle. That means they're not thinking when they're listening to him. Right? And I'm not even, like, forget about the fucking Nazi tattoo thing. That's kind of whatever. It's more so, like, those Reddit posts, which I think were kind of insane. I guess at least it was maybe honest. Who knows? I don't even fucking know. All right. Here we go. I'm sure he's going to end the video soon.
I will be like, if my wife cheated on me with him, I totally understand. He's got that it factor to him.
Can't explain it.
He's just that guy.
I mean, look at those muscles. I mean, how could you deny this? I don't blame you, Crystal. All right. Here we go. I'm sure he's going to end the video soon.
Like, ruined every relationship he had, but the public was watching him have like a mental breakdown, and they were like, Charlie, we love that guy, Charlie. Like, there's something about some people that they just go, it's that guy. Think about it like with TV shows, South Park. people stopped getting outraged and offended at shit they said because they just go, yeah, that's South Park. They're allowed to do that, right? And they just hit this sweet spot where it's like, yeah, they're just allowed to get away with that when others are not. Plattner sort of got that thing going on. He just does. Where, for whatever reason, people are just like, yep, that's the guy. I like that guy. And look, you go listen to the rhetoric he's using on the campaign trail. You go listen to the stuff he cares about.
It's like
He's very
Bernie.
clearly anti-war, very clearly anti-corruption, very clearly anti-billionaire, calling out the oligarchy, saying we need to totally rework this system. He's got the right villains. And that's why he's crushing in this race in Maine. It's barely a fucking race. And who knows what's going to happen after that. All right, y'all. That's the show.
Kyle, the villain is within you.
Well, once again, he's saying this is who this person is because they said words out loud, while also bringing up John Fetterman doing the same fucking thing, dude. He had the image and the fucking rhetoric, and guess what? Get fucked, Kyle. I might look back at Kyle's videos. Did you ever talk about this John Fetterman guy before he got elected? We out here dick around like this guy is the real deal. He says the right things. He has the right look. He's perfect. I wonder if Kyle said some shit like that. But, yeah, there's no such thing as clearly anti-war, clearly anti-corruption, clearly anti-billionaire, whatever the fuck, until you fucking do it. And the people you've campaigned to be in the places they are right now in Congress, like the AOCs or whoever the fuck, not doing the greatest job in regards to any of that, huh? They still campaign for what's the difference between them taking billionaire money or them campaigning for people that take billionaire money? What's the real fucking difference, Kyle? In fact, it's working against you because they didn't separate themselves and say, we're like this, but those guys over there, they're doing something different. We're better. I don't see that, Kyle. But, Kyle's been a dweeb, political dumb fuck, political strategist. Listen, I think he'd be hemorrhaging followers if Kamala Harris won the election. I think he'd be hemorrhaging followers. Yes, he can call out things all he wants, but he got people to vote for him in the first place. I mean, maybe that would be considered figurable to the audience because they don't know who else to watch, right? But for me, it's like, Kyle, I can smell you a mile away, my man.
Yeah, Kyle was doing the same thing he's doing with this situation. He was doing the same thing with Fetterman because I think he was going against Dr. Oz, right? And Kyle was like, look how bad this Republican Dr. Oz is. It's like Fetterman's so good, so progressive. And then I think like a year later, he made a video where it was like Fetterman's completely switched up on all his progressive values.
Like he was the actual thing first, and then he switched later.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, Kyle. Maybe you just got lied to and swindled. You got hustled. Accept it so you can learn from that lesson instead of just be like, no, I got things right. You just changed up at the last second. It's a him thing, not a me thing. It's not about me falling for things. It's about him tricking people, which is, for a critical thinker, the lamest way to go about it. But no surprise, it's Kyle Kulinski. All right. I'm going to leave it there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm sure the Kyle fans will come out to some degree. They might have given up on this channel, honestly. I'm pretty sure I had like a decent amount of Kyle fans back in the day. But, when things happen, I must let it be known. I must say my honest opinion. But you should too. Please let your grievances be known. Or do you agree with me or disagree with any of us here, me or Hickory? Please let it be known. Don't forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now. All opinions are welcome. Please, Kyle fans, show someone. They never show up. These fans of these guys, they talk shit in the comments. They never show up here. It's crazy. But please, you're welcome. Please, show one up. And, yeah, plenty of opinions here. So we'll get a whole different type of spectrum of ideas and concepts. You'll even hear strategies and shit like that. Some you'll like, some you won't. It is what it is, but you're more than welcome. Come on through if you feel like. And also, this video I showed you right here of Kyle will be linked in that description box for you to look at on your own. without us pausing or talking over whatever the fuck, bothers you. Yeah, you can avoid all that by just watching Kyle by himself. But hopefully you're critically thinking and not letting us do it for you. That's what I hope. Either way, you can watch for yourself. Most importantly, with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Do not come.